Every so often, an aircraft comes along that redefines the industry, a game changer that doesn't just meet expectations, but sets new standards. The Airbus A321 XLR is one of those planes. The A321 XLR isn't just an upgrade, it's a revolution. With its unprecedented range of 8,700 kilometers, this narrow-body aircraft is reshaping how airlines think about long-haul travel. For years, long-distance flights were the domain of wide-body jets, like the Airbus A330 or the Boeing 787. But now, the A321 XLR is opening up a world of possibilities by bringing the efficiency and flexibility of a single-aisle aircraft to routes that were once considered out of reach. This aircraft has the potential to change everything, from how airlines structure their fleets to how passengers experience international travel. By enabling direct flights between secondary cities, the A321 XLR is bypassing traditional hubs and giving smaller markets a seat at the table. But how exactly will this aircraft reshape the aviation industry? And why does it matter so much? In this video, we'll dive deep into the technical innovations, market impact, and passenger experience that make the A321 XLR one of the most important aircraft of the decade. Buckle up, because the future of aviation is about to take off. Before we explore how the A321 XLR is changing aviation, it's important to understand why it was created in the first place. The story of the A321 XLR begins with a gap in the market, a gap that Airbus identified and capitalized on. For decades, airlines have relied on wide-body jets for long-haul flights. While these planes offer high capacity and range, they also come with significant drawbacks: high operating costs, limited flexibility, and the need for large passenger volumes to break even. Meanwhile, narrow-body jets like the A320 and Boeing 737 dominated short and medium-haul routes. These planes were efficient and versatile but lacked the range to compete on longer routes. What was missing was an aircraft that combined the economics of a narrow-body with the range of a wide-body. Enter the A321 XLR. With its extended range, this aircraft fills a crucial void in the market, enabling airlines to operate long-haul flights with lower costs and smaller passenger loads. For airlines, it's a dream come true. A plane that can open up new routes, connect underserved cities, and maximize profitability. This aircraft wasn't built in a vacuum. It's a response to shifting trends in the aviation industry. Passengers today value convenience, and the demand for point-to-point travel is on the rise. The A321 XLR is perfectly suited to meet this demand, providing the flexibility to connect secondary cities without relying on traditional hub-and-spoke networks. However, the significance of the A321 XLR goes beyond its market positioning. To truly understand its impact, we need to look at the innovations that make it possible. At first glance, the A321 XLR may look like just another member of the A320 family, but beneath the surface, it's a technological powerhouse. The A321 XLR builds on the success of Airbus's A320neo family, incorporating advanced materials, cutting-edge aerodynamics, and the latest in engine technology. But what truly sets it apart is its range extension package, which includes a larger rear center tank that allows the plane to carry significantly more fuel without compromising cabin space. This innovative fuel tank design is the key to the A321 XLR's 8,700 kilometers range. By optimizing the aircraft's weight distribution and fuel efficiency, Airbus has created a narrow-body jet that can fly transcontinental routes without the need for additional stops. Routes like New York to Dublin or Singapore to Sydney are now within reach for a single-aisle aircraft. Another crucial innovation is the use of CFM International LEAP 1A engines, which are not only more fuel-efficient but also quieter and more environmentally friendly than previous generations. Combined with an optimized airframe and wing design, these engines enable the A321 XLR to achieve up to 30% lower fuel burn per seat compared to older narrow-body jets. The cockpit and avionics of the A321 XLR are equally impressive. Featuring the latest fly-by-wire technology, This aircraft offers unparalleled precision and control for pilots, making it one of the most advanced narrow-body jets ever built. But engineering alone isn't enough to change the industry. What truly sets the A321 XLR apart is how it empowers airlines to rethink their operations. For these airlines, the aircraft is a game changer. It's a strategic asset that opens up new possibilities. Traditionally, long-haul routes have been dominated by large hub-and-spoke networks. Airlines like British Airways and Emirates have relied on central hubs like London Heathrow and Dubai to funnel passengers onto long-haul flights. However, the A321 XLR is challenging this model by enabling point-to-point travel on routes that were previously unprofitable or impossible. For example, an airline can now operate a direct flight from a city like Kansas City to London, bypassing larger hubs like Chicago or New York. This not only saves passengers time, but also allows airlines to tap into new markets without the need for massive passenger volumes. Low-cost carriers are particularly well-positioned to benefit from the A321 XLR. Airlines like Norwegian Air and JetBlue have already announced plans to use the aircraft for transatlantic routes, offering budget-friendly options for travelers who might otherwise be priced out of long-haul travel. With the A321 XLR, airlines can rethink their fleet strategies, expand their networks, and cater to changing passenger preferences. But this transformation isn't just about business, it's about the passenger experience. For travelers, flying is no longer just about reaching a destination, it's about the journey itself. The A321 XLR is set to redefine what passengers can expect on long-haul flights. One of the most remarkable features of the A321 XLR is its ability to deliver wide body-level comfort on a narrow-body aircraft. Traditionally, narrow bodies were confined to shorter routes, meaning less emphasis on passenger amenities. But with flights lasting up to 10 hours, Airbus has designed the A321 XLR to provide an entirely different level of comfort. The airspace cabin, featured on the A321 XLR, is a major leap forward in cabin design. Passengers will benefit from larger overhead storage bins, better lighting systems, and wider seats. Innovations like mood lighting, inspired by the Airbus A350, help reduce jet lag by simulating natural light patterns. For passengers seated in economy, the design offers improved ergonomics, making long flights far more bearable. For premium travelers, the A321 XLR offers a compelling alternative to traditional wide bodies. Airlines can install lie-flat business class seats, creating a premium experience on routes that were once dominated by larger aircraft. This means smaller markets can now enjoy the luxury and convenience of direct flights without sacrificing comfort. Airbus has also emphasized cabin noise reduction, making the A321 XLR one of the quietest narrow-bodies in the sky. For long-haul flights, this reduction in noise pollution is a game-changer, especially for overnight journeys. The aircraft isn't just meeting expectations, it's setting a new standard. Passengers no longer have to choose between convenience and comfort, but while travelers will benefit immensely, the A321 XLR's impact on sustainability is perhaps its most significant contribution to the aviation industry. In today's world, sustainability isn't just a buzzword, it's a necessity. The A321 XLR is Airbus's answer to the growing demand for greener aviation. The A321 XLR is a prime example of how engineering and environmental responsibility can go hand in hand. Its 30% reduction in fuel burn per seat compared to previous generation aircraft translates directly to lower CO2 emissions. For airlines committed to reducing their carbon footprints, this aircraft offers a practical way to achieve sustainability goals without compromising profitability. One of the key features enabling this efficiency is the CFM LEAP 1A engine, which uses advanced materials and designs to optimize fuel consumption. Combined with lighter materials in the airframe and an innovative fuel tank design, the A321 XLR achieves levels of efficiency previously thought impossible for narrow-body jets. Airbus has also future-proofed the A321 XLR by making it compatible with sustainable aviation fuel, which can reduce life cycle emissions by up to 80%. As SAF production scales up in the coming years, the A321 XLR will be ready to take full advantage, setting a new benchmark for eco-friendly aviation. By combining efficiency, reduced emissions, and SAF compatibility, the A321 XLR isn't just an aircraft, it's a step toward a greener future. However, its success might just reshape the competition within the industry. For decades, long-haul travel has been synonymous with wide-body jets. But the A321 XLR is turning that idea on its head. Wide-body aircraft like the Boeing 787 and Airbus A330 have long been the go-to options for international routes. They offer the range, capacity, and comfort needed for long-haul flights. However, they also come with higher operating costs and require significant passenger volumes to break even. The A321 XLR disrupts this dynamic by offering a similar range with significantly lower operating costs. Airlines can now serve routes that don't justify the capacity of a wide-body but are still too long for traditional narrow-bodies. This shift is particularly beneficial for low-cost carriers, which thrive on lean operations. The A321 XLR allows these airlines to expand into long-haul markets without the overhead associated with wide-body operations. It's no surprise that carriers like JetBlue and Wizz Air have embraced the A321 XLR as a key part of their future strategies. But the implications go beyond low-cost carriers. Legacy airlines are also rethinking their fleets. Instead of deploying a wide-body on a route with moderate demand, they can now use the A321 XLR, optimizing load factors and reducing risk. This flexibility is reshaping how airlines approach long-haul route planning. For Boeing, this poses a significant challenge. The company currently has no direct competitor to the A321 XLR, leaving a gap in its product lineup. The question remains, will Boeing respond with a new aircraft? Or will Airbus dominate this market segment? In the battle for aviation supremacy, the A321 XLR is Airbus's latest weapon. And right now, Boeing has no answer. The A321 XLR occupies a unique position in the market, a long-range narrow-body aircraft with no direct rival. Boeing's 737 MAX series, while highly efficient, lacks the range to compete with the A321 XLR on transcontinental routes. Meanwhile, Boeing's smallest widebody, the 787-8, is too large and expensive to operate on many of the routes the A321 XLR is designed to serve. This gap has given Airbus a significant advantage, allowing the A321 XLR to capture orders from airlines that might have otherwise considered Boeing. Boeing faces a critical decision. Either develop a new aircraft to compete with the A321 XLR or risk ceding this segment to Airbus entirely. However, designing a new plane is no small task. It requires years of development, billions in investment, and a clear understanding of market needs. For now, Airbus is reaping the rewards of being the first mover. The A321 XLR goes beyond being just an aircraft. It offers a preview of what the future of aviation holds. And that future is smaller, smarter, and more connected. The A321 XLR's impact will extend far beyond its initial success. By enabling direct flights between smaller cities, it's breaking down the barriers of traditional hub-and-spoke networks. Passengers will enjoy faster, more convenient travel options, while airlines will benefit from the ability to tap into underserved markets. This shift toward point-to-point travel could redefine how airports operate. Secondary and tertiary airports, once limited to short-haul routes, will now become key players in international travel. This decentralization of aviation could alleviate congestion at major hubs and spread economic benefits to smaller regions. The A321 XLR also sets a new standard for what narrow-body aircraft can achieve. Its success will likely inspire future designs that push the boundaries of efficiency, sustainability, and passenger experience even further. For Airbus, the A321 XLR is a testament to the power of innovation and foresight. As the aviation industry continues to evolve, one thing is clear: the A321 XLR has already changed the game, and its legacy is just beginning. It stands as a milestone in aviation's adaptation to a rapidly changing world. With its unmatched range, efficiency, and versatility, the A321 XLR is rewriting the rules of long-haul travel. It's opening new markets, redefining passenger expectations, and leading the charge toward a more sustainable future. Whether you're a traveler, an airline executive, or an aviation enthusiast, one thing is certain: the A321 XLR is a game changer. What do you think? Will the A321 XLR continue to dominate, or will Boeing rise to the challenge? Let us know in the comments, and thank you for watching.